art of punches when you could throw two punches that sound like one. You could throw punches, you can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one punch. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw two punches that sound like one.
Welcome back, y'all. How's it going tonight? We are here on the Fade King True Crime Review evening stream. Shout out Derek, I see you in the chat. Shout out April, I see you in the chat. You know what I mean? Bradley. Me and Bradley was hanging out playing some Zomboid earlier. That was pretty cool. Thanks for stopping by in the Discord in the party room, Bradley. You know what I mean? I was ready to keep playing too. We was in, and then I looked at the clock and I was like, man, we gotta get online for the stream. But shout everybody out. Shout out Peacemaker in our Discord. She posted today's submission for the lead video, and that's what I went with. It looked like an interesting case. So it's from a new channel to me. It's called Mind of a Criminal. We will definitely like and subscribe their stuff. Looks like the interrogation of a teenager. Says teens. The title of the video is Teens Chilling Confession Forces Detective to Walk Out. It is from the Mind of a Criminal channel. Actually, let me go get some water real quick, and then we'll get started. I'm a little thirsty.
In the art of punches when you could throw two punches that sound like one. You could throw punches, you can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one punch. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw two punches that sound like one.
I'm back. Let's get into the case.
I just started calling her cell phone, the house phone, and I wasn't getting any answers, and I was getting crazy.
Were you planning to do this? Were you thinking about this maybe last night, last week? Last night? Mm-hmm. So what do you see on the camera when you check it?
It's all cockeyed, so I'm like, who the fuck's that in my house?
I just started calling her cell phone, the house phone, and I wasn't getting any answers, and I was getting crazy.
Were you planning to do this? Were you thinking about this maybe last night, last week?
Last night.
Word Smith, welcome in.
Last night. Mm-hmm. So what do you see on the camera when you check it?
it's all cockeyed. So I'm like, who the fuck's that in my house, you know?
Have you watched any of these videos?
No, that's why I heard that screaming.
It all began in the early morning of August 16th, 2019, when the Logan County Sheriff's Office received reports of a stabbing incident in residential DeGraff, Ohio. In what seemed like a nightmare, a family was awakened by frantic knocks and screams for help when 36-year-old Crystal Cordell ran to the nearest neighbor after being viciously attacked. Emergency services were immediately called. Unsure of what had actually unfolded, since the victim appeared to be bleeding all over her body, Crystal replied that her 16-year-old son, Bryson, had attacked her. Shortly after, officers and paramedics were
How can you attack your mom so brutally, bro? To the point where the woman's running out her own house covered in blood. I hope she makes it. That's scary. I hope she makes it. I hope she lives.
dispatched to the horrific scene. However, it was already too late. The victim was pronounced dead as her
Yep, that's what I was afraid of. That her adrenaline was what carried her over to the house, the next house. But she was already dead. She had already lost too much blood. But her adrenaline from all the shit that was going on just allowed her to run out the house and get to the neighbor.
injuries proved too severe. The entire street was closed off and
Hey, Twitch, bro, how do you physically assault your mother, dog? I mean, maybe if like your mom hit you and like you could like push her off you, but to just come with like aggressive like energy towards your mom, bro, that's crazy. Welcome back, chat. Welcome back, Twitch.
once law enforcement entered the residence where the stabbing took place, they were shocked to find it not only covered in blood, but that the perpetrator, the victim's own son, was already long gone, leaving the murder weapons at the scene. Approximately 7 hours after the attack, while officers were still actively searching for Bryson, detectives contacted his biological father, Todd Cordell, who had shocking details to share. Before the interview began, he was informed that his wife had tragically died from her injuries.
Todd, Lieutenant Copus, Sheriff's Office. I'm so sorry.
I just can't wrap it around my head right now.
Sure.
At all.
If you want, you can have a seat right there, either one of those chairs. We just had some basic questions. I'm gonna
Well, they better grab this kid up. He might be going on like a spree. He might not be done. He looked evil as fuck in his pictures. He might be out trying to get somebody. Hey, the Baking. What's up, Baking? Welcome back.
go ahead and record this so we don't have to write anything, because I understand that it's definitely a traumatic time for you guys. Todd, can you tell me what you know so far?
I knew I got a call from Sydney Burrows that Bryson attacked my wife,
Who's Sydney Burrows?
our neighbor.
What time did you leave for work today?
I left 5 o'clock every day.
5 a.m.?
Yes.
What was going on at that time?
Nothing.
Is anybody else awake?
Tim's awake, my wife's awake, because we both work.
That's cool. I think my daughter has a lizard. I think she got a gecko.
So last night when you guys were get home in the evening, was there any fights between Bryce and your wife?
No, I got cams everywhere, and I pulled it up. I gave him supper. I brought home supper because they ate in town, and that's why I was looking at the cam, because she didn't text either me or Tim.
Okay. Does she usually text in the morning?
Yeah.
That was a text this morning.
Yeah.
And what time
That
was
was
that?
it. That was at 7:27 when we was going to break.
7:27. You got no reply.
No reply.
Is that unusual?
Yeah, she always replies.
Okay.
When Crystal Cordell suddenly stopped responding to text messages, Todd found it odd, but continued with his work. Around the same time, Tim Chittenden, Crystal's partner, noticed that she'd been ignoring all of his texts as well. While on his break, Tim checked the security camera feed from the living room, which strangely appeared to be flipped.
Probably from the struggle.
captured on the camera.
What point do you guys first learn that something is wrong?
Well, I take a break at 8 o'clock, so it was about 2 or 3 minutes till 8. I text her, like I always do, and she starts a timer for me for my break. And so I make my coffee, heat up my breakfast sandwich, and I sit down and I'm like, hello? And she didn't answer me. I'm like, oh, that's strange. I'm like, I'll check the webcam, see if she's in the kitchen, just left her phone in the bed. So I see the webcam, kitchen's normal, but the living room is turned sideways. I'm like, well, that's strange. I thought maybe one of the cats hit it or something. So I was like, oh, let's see.
Dude looks different than the dude they had in the first when his work clothes, right? He looked different in his regular clothes.
When it goes back. So it goes back, and that's when I heard her screams. And I watched it on the camera, and I called. I just started calling. Her cell phone, the house phone, and I wasn't getting any answers, and I was getting crazy. So after 10 minutes of my break, I went out. It was 8:10. I went out, talked to Todd. I'm like, Todd, something's up. Something's wrong.
So right here, it's like, I see him, he gets ready for school.
Can I see that?
I see him get ready for school. I make sure he's always up, or I'll text him.
See, who's the other guy? Who's this dude? Who is this dude?
I sit down and I'm like, hello?
I'm confused. Are y'all a little bit confused?
And she didn't answer me. I'm like, oh, that's strange. I'm like, I'll check
No,
the
that's
webcam,
not
see
the
if she's in
dad. This is the
kitchen.
dad. Watch.
They record me because he gets ready for school.
Can I see that?
I see him.
Something's up. Something's wrong.
So right.
Maybe that's his friend that he's. So her ex-boyfriend, they both got access to the camera? Because he's saying, I'm confused, bro. I'm so confused.
Here, it's like, I see him, he gets ready for school.
Can I see that?
I see him get ready for school. I make sure he's always up, or I'll text him.
So why the husband and the boyfriend got access to the cameras? That's weird.
They record me because I gave him supper when I walked in the door, and he came to me. I gave him supper right there, and then I went upstairs. It records everything.
Do you have any guns in the house?
No.
Did you guys recently get your CCW permits?
No.
Have you watched any of these videos?
No, that's why I heard that screaming.
During the interviews with both Todd Cordill and Tim Chittenden, Bryson was still on the run. Surprisingly, however, approximately 10 hours after the attack, and dozens of miles from the crime scene, he turned himself in after asking a homeowner to make the call for him. Shortly after the 911 call, Bryson Cordill was arrested and taken to the Logan County Sheriff's Office for further questioning.
Well, I'm Doug Mitchell. Nice to meet you. Wishes under different circumstances. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you injured in any way or anything like that? No. I got a bottle of water for you in case you're thirsty. I imagine you may be thirsty. Are you coming in? This is Sergeant Tom Watson, okay?
I saw you out there to see. How you doing?
Well, how old are you?
16.
You're 16. What grade you in?
11.
11th grade. You obviously know what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about this morning? What happened? From when you wake up?
I woke up. I took a shower.
What time did you wake up?
6.
Around 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got up, took a shower.
I think I went back upstairs until about 6:30.
Is that where your bedroom is, upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I went to the kitchen, ate cereal, got my backpack.
What time do you normally leave for school?
7.
7. Okay. So you got your backpack, then what?
And I went downstairs into the bathroom. And then I went in her bedroom and stabbed her.
Okay. What'd you do in the bathroom?
I was just standing there.
Just standing there?
Mhm.
Okay.
On the morning of August 16th, 2019, just minutes before the attack, Bryson Cordill entered the kitchen and began eating breakfast as usual. At the time, he was alone at home with his mother, Crystal, who was still asleep in the bedroom, as both Todd and Tim had already left for work. Once Bryson finished eating, he walked towards the front door, appearing to leave for school. However, eerily, he just stood there, contemplating whether today would be the day, before turning back, going up to his bedroom, retrieving a baseball bat and a knife, and entering the bathroom adjacent to his mother's room. There, he waited, thinking, hesitating, unsure if he would actually go through with it. 3 minutes later, he entered his mother's bedroom, brutally attacking and stabbing her. The entire horrific act that Todd and Tim would later view.
When you went into your mom's room, were you upset about something?
No.
You weren't upset about anything?
No.
What were you thinking when you went into your mom's room? Did you go in there to stab her?
Yes.
You did?
You think we gonna get a motive, or he's just crazy? Because, hey, Monica, always keeping it 100. Thank you, Monica, for keeping it 100 in the chat, sending in some jewels. Yeah, he definitely show some love to Monica in the chat, y'all. You know we like when the members show up to the live streams. Thank you for showing us and gracing us with your presence, Monica. Yeah, dude, this is an eerie ass case, bro. That poor boyfriend and poor daddy, ex-husband, bro. Like to have to watch that shit on your cams, that's crazy.
How many times do you think you stabbed her?
I don't remember.
You don't know? What'd you stab her with?
My pocket knife.
Your pocket knife?
Mhm.
Is that a knife you carry normally?
Yeah, usually.
You usually carry a
I
pocket
bought
knife?
it a couple of years ago.
Okay. There's no reason you weren't upset about something?
No.
Do you know why you done it?
Not really.
When Bryson entered his mother's bedroom, he struck her in the head with the baseball bat, believing it would knock her out so he could finish the job afterwards. However, contrary to his plan, she woke up screaming at the top of her lungs. Panicking, Bryson pulled a knife from his pocket, stabbing her a total of 15 times. The attack continued into the living room before Crystal managed to escape and run to a neighbor's house, where she would ultimately succumb to her injuries.
Yeah, look at all that blood. All this blurred is all blood. It's blurred on my side too, but you can still see through the blur. It's all, he stabbed her hella times, bro. I ain't reading books. Welcome back, man. Y'all show him some love, or her some love, when him some love, we love when the members show up to the live stream, baby. Uh yeah, bro, this is the sad case. Sorry, that's such a brutal death. It's kind of like throwing me back a little bit. And she was sleeping too. Like, what the hell?
Bryson fled the scene, leaving both the knife and baseball bat behind in the house.
Once you stab her, what did you do then at that point?
Well, she ran out the door and I stood there for a couple of seconds. I don't remember dropping the knife, but I saw it on the front porch when I came back out. Because I came back in her bedroom to get the keys to the car. But I forgot that both my parents were working and there wasn't a car.
Oh, so your plan was to take the car?
That's what I thought. I thought I had to get away as soon as possible.
Were you planning to do this? Were you thinking about this maybe last night, last week,
Last night.
last night?
Mm-hmm.
What was going on at that point where you start thinking about it?
I don't know, I just thought about doing it. There wasn't like a plan. I didn't have a reason to.
So you thought about it last night? Okay. Who all lives in the house?
Todd, my dad, Crystal, my mom, and Tim, her boyfriends.
Do you argue with your mom ever?
I argue a little bit, but it's not like physical fighting or anything.
Not physical fighting or anything?
Had you been in trouble at all lately?
Never.
Never been in trouble?
No.
Okay.
What kind of grades you get?
No, I think I have like a 3.5.
That's
I make
pretty good.
honor roll every year. That's about it.
That's pretty good. Do you know your mom has died? Are you aware of that?
No.
Your mom died, and I want to be upfront and honest with you. I'm sorry I don't have Kleenexes, but your mom has passed away.
When did she die?
She died on the way to the hospital.
Yeah, what?
Of what?
Yeah.
From stab wounds.
Blood loss?
Yeah.
Blood loss.
Yeah. You okay?
Although Bryson seems to display a genuine emotional reaction, the detective didn't notice any visible tears from his eyes or the tissue.
I noticed you're upset when I told you your mom passed away. When you stabbed her, was your purpose to kill her?
That's what my purpose was, I guess. But as soon as I did it, I didn't want to do it anymore, you know. I feel regret, you know.
What's that?
I didn't want to kill her.
You didn't want to kill her?
I tried to stop, but I didn't know what to do.
So, after that takes place, and what happens? Where do you go?
Well, I go on top of that bridge, you know, that bridge by the graph. I get on the railroad tracks.
Just down the road from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards that fountain. I go.
Did they say how they found him? Did they say like how they picked him up? I didn't catch that.
On those, and I start walking. I was gonna walk toward the fountain to go to the sheriff's office there because I know where that is. But I walked a long time.
Hey Snoopy, welcome to the chat. Brittany, how's it going? Bill, nice to see you again, brother.
I think I got to Quincy at one point. I kept walking. I went to a store because I was thirsty. I bought the water. And I went to this bridge. And I went to that guy. I knocked on 2 houses before this. And no one answered. And then I found that guy mowing his lawn. So I just said, "I'm call the police."
Thank you, chat.
Following the murder, Bryson fled the scene with the initial intention to escape. However, realizing it was impossible, since he was on foot and didn't have any money, he eventually decided to turn himself in. Miles from his house, in a remote area, he asked someone to call 911 for him, since he threw his phone away earlier to avoid being tracked. He was cooperative during his...
My boy lasted out in the world for like a few hours. And he was like, I'm just going to tell him what happened. It probably can't be that bad, right? He lasted out in the real world, bro. Like, feel like that's terrible.
His arrest.
What was the point of all
While you're
this?
sitting there eating the cereal, do you think are you debating on whether you're going to do it, or are you just thinking,
Yeah. I mean, that's why I stood in the bathroom, so I didn't really want to do it, but...
okay.
Last night when you were thinking about this, were you thinking about killing her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you say you haven't been in trouble, and you got pretty good grades at school, huh?
Mhm.
So, and you haven't been in trouble recently. So, help us understand, you know, how did you get to that thought process that you were thinking about, you know, hurting your mom?
I don't really know.
Why didn't you think about hurting her dad? Or Tim? I mean, I'm curious on why mom. What?
She was the only person there.
She was the only person there?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it before?
Well, I've had like scenarios, like you create scenarios for like, what happens if an earthquake happens? Like, supplies you get. I was like, what happens if I kill my parents? Well, what would happen? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like a serious thing. But then yesterday, I seriously thought about it.
Bryson, you seem like you're holding stuff back.
What do you mean? I'm lying?
No, not that you're lying. I don't think you're lying. I feel like
That he's not giving us his real motive. Like, mom took away my fucking Xbox, or she said I couldn't have my phone no more, or she wanted to monitor my computer usage. You think it was something like that?
you're. I feel like there's stuff has been bothering you. There's stuff is bottled up in you.
The family dynamic played a major role in Bryson's reasoning for the murder, as he claimed that his living conditions, particularly his relationship with his mother, eventually caused him to snap, leading to the brutal killing that school day morning. Bryson explained that while the living arrangements might have seemed unusual, with Todd still married to Crystal and living in the same home, despite her new partner Tim having also lived there for several years, his resentment.
Yo, I figured it was some resentment. Marsha, thank you for the subscription. That makes more sense. That's what I was telling you, bro. The fact that the dads had that much access to the house and shit, and the new boyfriend was there, like, I could see, like, yeah. But I don't know. Y'all was talking like, oh yeah, that's normal. Like that seems regular. Like that did not seem regular to me, bro. Because they kept saying husband, not ex-husband. So I was like, why she got a husband and a boyfriend, bro? That's grimy. But divorce is expensive. If they have been separated for years, it's a little more explainable why her boyfriend lives there. But still, either the dad shouldn't have still had that much access to the house, and maybe the boy should have lived with his dad. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's see what this boy says.
Was directed primarily at his mother.
So back to your feelings. Why don't you care for have the feelings for mom and dad? What has happened?
Oh, my bad. My bad. I hit the button. I didn't know I put the outro screen on.
To make it where you feel that way?
No, no. I just don't feel like they're very close to me. They yell at me a lot. They used to like push me around when I was like little, just like scream at me.
Has anything happened recently that your mom has done that pissed you off, or your dad?
Well, she said I couldn't take. She's trying to change my schedule at school. I'm taking this media arts class, and she said I can't take that, and I had to take this other study hall instead because she says I don't get my work done.
Is there anything else that's pissed you off recently?
Why you say that, Brittany? We still here. We still streaming. We only been streaming about 30 minutes. You came here at the beginning.
Has anybody done something where, you actually get pissed off, like, hey, this sucks?
I don't really get mad at all.
You don't get mad?
No.
After you first stabbed her, were you angry, scared, anything? What was your
scared.
feeling?
Yeah.
What were you scared of?
Her dying. I didn't want that to happen.
You didn't want her to die?
No.
If that wasn't your plan, bro, then why was it so brutal? I think you're just saying that now. I think this guy's a sociopath and he's trying to emulate emotions. Like, he's not even really doing a good job at that. Maybe he's just a psychopath and he's just trying to say the things that he thinks he's supposed to say, but he doesn't know how to show the emotion. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like her, but she didn't deserve to die.
Why didn't you like her?
No.
Shout out Connie. Everybody give Connie a warm welcome into the chat. We love when our members show up to the live streams.
Stuff. I didn't think she was the best mother. Well, at least she tried.
Ugh. It's alright, bud. Let it out.
Alright.
What'd she yell at you about? What's a normal week? What's she getting on your ass for?
Everything.
Name something. Name some stuff.
This is pretty tough enough. I don't know.
Because it sounds like you're a good kid.
Yeah.
You get decent good grades. Your dad said your attendance is through the roof, said he loves going to school. What does she have to yell at you about?
I don't really know. She's just like, overall, she's always nagging and yelling. She's always yelling. That's all she does. She can't speak normally or anything.
Throughout the interrogation, Bryson paints the picture of an overly controlling parent. He claimed that Crystal wouldn't allow him to get a driver's license and forbade him from visiting friends, except during holidays to play basketball. And even then, he was required to keep his phone's location turned on and respond.
This guy is English, so when he says holidays, he means like weekends or like days off from school. The holiday don't mean like Christmas. You know what I mean? Holiday means like vacation or weekends to the UK vernacular.
To texts immediately. He also stated that they frequently argued, particularly over which classes he would pick for school. According to him, Crystal disliked the classes he picked and even went so far as to visit the school in an attempt to change his schedule for him. Bryson suggested that a similar disagreement.
All right, that does seem a little weird. Like my parents, as long as I didn't pick like, I don't know, I always just picked my own classes. Like my parents never really told me what classes I had to take. They'd be like, can you pass that class? Then take it. Shout out Dana with the marshmallow. Yum, 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 yum. I love s'mores, so I got to eat up the marshmallows, man. Thank you so much, Dana. Man, I don't know, bro. Maybe she was controlling, but for him to snap like this, and I mean, it doesn't seem like she ever physically attacked him. Like, you a big ass kid, bro. You could just walk outside the house if you want to go outside the house. Like, once you like 16, bro, you can't really get grounded no more. If like your parents work, like you can figure that shit out. Like, you know what I mean?
Agreement was the ultimate tipping point. The day before the murder, he said,
and that one's for Dana because she's a member, guys. So show her some love and give her a warm welcome.
He got into an argument with his mother because she didn't want him to take a media arts class, saying that it was only for idiots. He further claimed that the entire family structure was dysfunctional, saying that everyone kept to themselves and that nobody really mattered to him. Interestingly,
Monica keeping it 300 in the chat, sending in 3 comboed 100s. Thank you so much for the jewels. Who else was new to the chat? Travos. Welcome to the chat. Thank you, man. That's what it is. We try to bring a little bit of comedy we try to bring comedy into true crime. You feel me? Edward Phillips, welcome to the chat, my boy.
during his initial police interview, Todd Cordill, Bryson's father, gave some insights into the family dynamics, directly contradicting Bryson's claims.
When's the last time you talked to your son?
Last night,
Last night.
when I gave him supper.
Do you have any idea that what could have caused this to happen?
No, that's what I'm saying. It surprised me.
Guys, remember YouTube has a new feature called Hype Points. Use your hype points on our uploads and our live streams. The way you do it is by going into the comment section and then hyping up the video. Really boost us in the algorithm. So make sure you're double tapping them screens and check out that new hype feature that YouTube released.
You know?
It's a total shite. There's no
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Even like a minor argument that's been
No.
recently going on or anything like that. When you guys were in Tennessee, was there anything that happened?
No,
Nothing.
that's what I'm saying.
Have you been arguing with your wife at all?
No,
That maybe has Tim been in any arguments?
no. We just went on a vacation. We came back Tuesday. He went to work Wednesday. I had the day off. Bryson went to school. Fine. Said tomorrow we're just messing.
Wait, so the dad's still part of the family? He said did him and Bryson go on vacation or did he go to vacation with Bro, this is a weird family.
Have you been arguing with your wife at all?
No.
That maybe
We-
has Tim been in any arguments?
No.
See, he's not saying with your ex-wife, he's saying with your wife. And he said, no, there's no arguments. We just got back from vacation. Tim was off. I went to work. Or some shit. Let's listen to it again.
We just went on a vacation. We came back Tuesday. He went to work Wednesday. I had the
See? Did they all go to vacation together?
day off. Bryson went to school. Fine. Said tomorrow we're just messing around. He needed some few things. We all went to town, ate at McDonald's, got some more school supplies. He had a list of. I said, you got everything? He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
They be running the chew like what's
So okay, we're going home. Got home at 9, went to bed.
Has he ever had any mental issues? Had to see a psychiatrist on
No.
any medications?
No.
Does he? What type of grades does he get?
A, B's. He don't like missing school. It don't make
He does
no
not
sense.
like to miss school.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a later interview, Todd shared that while Crystal did have a short temper, it was allegedly Bryson who started most of the arguments. According to Todd, Bryson would frequently make fun of Crystal. For example, criticizing her taste in books because she didn't enjoy the classics like he did. These comments often escalated into arguments, one of which even turned physical when Bryson attacked his mother. Todd noticed that although Crystal was constantly under stress, Bryson showed little regard for her privacy, often bursting into her room without knocking, even though she was often only wearing her underwear. Although Todd couldn't think of a reason for the murder, he mentioned that he believed Bryson to be a sociopath.
She gets stressed out real easy. Sometimes I just
That's his own dad though. Hey, whatever situation the mom and her two dudes had worked out, that's their situation. It's clear that they all thought this kid was like the seed of Chucky. He seemed weird.
like stare at her and she'll start
Dominique, welcome back.
crying or something. As she says, I can't cook supper, and we'll like order out.
So if you just look at your mom, she may start crying and say she can't.
One day I said, stop staring at me, because she was just like intensely staring, and she said, I hate you, and she didn't want to eat with me. And then she went to the bedroom.
How often did that happen?
Hell on. But I mean, the next day we just act like nothing happened, it kind of resets.
I want you to be totally honest with me. You're not going to shock me. You're not going to upset me. What made you snap?
I was just sick of doing the same thing every day,
Sick of doing the same thing.
Go to school, go home, do the same thing.
Well, you just, the day before you go the first day of school.
Boy, you finna go to jail for life now. You gonna be doing the same thing forever. You finna be doing the same thing every day forever now, bro. You was a sophomore, junior, you only had 2 more years of this shit.
So I think there's something, I honestly think there's something that makes Bryson snap. I think there's something in your life, something has happened to make you say, I'm stabbing her. I think right now, I think you do regret what happened. You told me. And I believe you. I think you're an honest dude. You told me I didn't want her to die. You said, well, after the first stab, you started regretting, but you just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you snap to do that first stab?
No, just like stress in my life. I couldn't get my driver's license, didn't have a job. What was I gonna say? I didn't think I could just like sit there for 2 more years and wait till I turn 18 to do what I want. I guess I was just sick of being there. I wanted to get out of there. I just wanted to live a different life. I mean, this is better than that.
So, this is being in jail is better than living there?
Yeah.
You think that's is that one of your thoughts? That even jail's better than living in this house?
Basically.
What makes that house so damn bad?
No, it's just the same thing every day.
What would have made your family better?
I don't know, I think.
What's a model family? If I say, Bryson, write down what your school subject is, what's your family that Bryson would be happier in hell to live in?
Well, nuclear life, Husband, wife, 2 kids, boy and girl. I mean, I wish I had siblings, sure, but you know, they want their kids to go and do stuff, you know.
I think he gonna have to PC up, bro. Once they check his paperwork and he's like, "Yo, I killed my mom." Well, he gonna go to juvie first. He's still 15, but they might try him as an adult. They should try him as an adult because of how brutal this shit was. But I don't know. Some kids get tried as adults. Some kids don't. You know what I mean?
Would you have done this if it was just your mom and Tim in there?
Definitely not, no.
Why?
If I can kill one person, I'm not gonna try to kill 2. I mean, Tim's pretty strong too. I think he used to work at like a steel mill. He's a pretty big guy.
If you were able to kill your dad and Tim, would you have?
No.
Why?
What do you mean if they're like?
If you had a shotgun, so it's not 3 against 1, really. Would you have killed everybody?
No.
You wouldn't have. What made you focus on mom?
She was the only one there. I already thought about it. I was like, I'm just gonna do it now.
Bryson's reasoning for targeting only his mother may have seemed logical in his twisted mind, but shockingly, later police reports contradicted his story, hinting at something far more gruesome that he had initially planned. On August 18, 2019, 2 days after the murder, detectives received a call from Todd Cordill, who had discovered a disturbing piece of paper in Bryson's bedroom. The note outlined a chilling plan, not only to kill Crystal,
Wake up. Act like I'm getting ready for school. Kill Crystal. Leave the house. Come back in front door. Disable camera. Something. Tim comes home at 3. Kill Tim. Repeat for Todd. And set for 7 p.m. Kill Todd. Take first. I can't read his handwriting, bro. That shit's terrible. I don't know how this kid was getting A's and B's.
but also to wait for Tim and Todd to return home from work, to also murder them before taking the car and escaping. Although Bryson appeared relatively open during his interrogation, this plan stood in stark contrast to the story he had shared with detectives.
So what was the straw that broke the camel's back? What made you snap?
No, I just thought about it yesterday and I said I'm sick of it.
But what made you think? What was the thing that said, I'm sick of this shit. I'm done with it. This is what I'm doing. Friday's the day. This is what I'm doing. What brought you to that point? What something said to you, done to you? What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
I guess you could say it's because I didn't get to take that media arts class, so I was kind of mad about that, but I wouldn't say it was just strong. I mean, that's not a very good reason. I mean, yeah, it is. It kind of just all built up over time.
So everything is built up over time and not getting to take the media arts class.
Yeah, that whole thing kind of pushed you.
One, that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, that's what you mean, sure.
If you've gotten pushed this far to this point where you essentially snap, if something was happening, or if your mom was doing something to you, why would you not want to tell me? Because you wouldn't be the only person that this has ever happened to. You may handle it differently than what other people has, but you're not the first person something may have happened to. I think something's happened to you that has pushed you over the point of no return.
It doesn't matter if it did. I can't get help at this point. I'm already in prison.
You can get help.
Wow.
Because the thing is, you have struggled this time since something happened. Maybe it's happened multiple times. You have struggled this long, and look what happened today. You're still gonna, if you're holding that in, you're still gonna struggle tomorrow, the next day. Even though she's gone, the next day after, next year, you're still gonna be struggling. until we get this out. You tell me if you're a judge and I tell you Bryson has been being abused since this time, repeatedly, over and over and over. Bryson finally hit his limit on August 16th, and he hit his mom with a bat and stabbed her. How does that sound compared to Bryce wasn't allowed to go out? He just had to stay home. His parents were controlling. His mom was afraid he was going to get hurt. He had nothing. He decided to go hit her in the head with a baseball bat and stab her several times.
Sure, it sounds different, but
It sounds really different, man.
it doesn't change anything.
But you know what? That hurt's going to be inside you. Whatever caused you to get to this point, Bryson, if that hurt's going to be inside you. Your mom dying today does not make that hurt go away. No 16-year-old boy says, hey, mess me up enough psychologically that I want to take a baseball bat to my mom's head and stab her multiple times. You don't deserve that. You truly don't.
Well, that's what I got, so.
I know that's what you got, man, but you need to say what's going on.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Bryson maintained that his motive for the murder was the emotional abuse he endured due to his mother's overly controlling behaviour. He rejected any suggestions that he had been abused in other ways, admitting to the killing of his mother. On April 30th, 2020, Bryson was sentenced to 15 years to life for murder. He is currently serving his sentence at the Ross Correctional Institute.
34. What was his name? Yeah, he was 16. He was 16. So he must have did his first 2 years in juvie or something.
He will be eligible for parole in 2034 at the age of 31.
That's crazy. See, bro, I don't like that. I can't even give a horn for that. Because he was so young that he gonna still be young when he gets out. He's still gonna be 31, bro. He gonna have a full life. He gonna pretty much have a full life, and he killed his mom for ultimately no reason. The next one is from, it's like arrest footage. Oh, hold on. Let's not do this one. I can't trust it. FBI agent's son murdered 13-year-old, then died in jail.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not trusting that one. Daughter turns mom into worst fear. Let's check that out. I just think there's going to be too many guns in that, and I don't want to deal with YouTube's guidance or community policies.
Hello.
Waited for trial. He waited for trial 18 months. Okay. He won't get to parole. He won't get parole right away. No one does. Okay. So he's eligible for parole that year, but he can still get life in prison. So the police, so they don't have to let him get parole. He could do life. Like theoretically, he could rot away in there forever if they don't think he's been rehabilitated, right? That makes me feel better. I thought he just had a 15-year sentence.
So what led to everything happening?
I knocked on the door and asked her to turn the water off from the toilet because it keeps running.
Uh-huh.
And she just got hostile.
What was everything that she did?
She just
This video is from Arrest Fix. It is daughter turns home into mother's worst fear.
my little kids are in there. They're 4 years old. So she just kind of pushed me. She grabbed my phone and threw it. Just kind of bear hugged me.
For Jazz and Java, welcome to the chat. I like that screen name.
so I couldn't. She's pretty strong,
Okay.
so that I couldn't move. But
Okay.
you know,
How old is she?
The boss man himself, Sock Water Life, is in the chat. Roll out the red carpet. You know we like when the members show up to the live streams. Thank you so much for showing up this evening, Saltwater.
she's 23.
Okay. All right. And where is she at now? Has she
She's
calmed?
upstairs.
Okay. Has she calmed down or?
No, she's up there just, you know, pushed me. She grabbed my phone and threw it. Just kind of bear hugged me, so I couldn't. She's pretty strong, so that I couldn't move. But you know,
how old is she?
She's 23.
Okay. All right. And where is she at now? Has
She's
she calmed?
upstairs.
Okay. Has she calmed down or?
No, she's up there just talking to somebody. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
But there's nobody going on. So.
go up there. What's her name? Janaya.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
You can come in if you need to see things around. Okay,
fine.
so basically.
Okay, hold on. You can stay in your room. We can just talk.
She crazy as hell. I can already tell this one crazy as hell.
So she.
That poor mom, bro. You sitting here probably paying all this woman's bills, and I mind you, I say woman because she's 23 years old. So her mom's probably paying all her bills. She still got her same room from when she was a kid. And you out here bear hugging your mom, pushing her and shit, bro. What is up with today? That was not supposed to be the theme of the show.
He called my name while I was getting my clothes out the dryer, right?
Okay.
So I haven't really been talking to anybody because she has been talking junk about me. I was hanging out with my friend the other day, and he said that she called him and told him that I am on medication, so don't come get me no more. So I'm not really speaking to her, right? But
My mom wasn't lying. She was like, don't come take advantage of my daughter, bro. Like, don't come around here. She not in the right mind to be messing with no boys.
Still being respectful.
She can't even pay her own bills. She don't need to be talking to no boys.
I was just like, to see what she wanted. She's telling me that she needed me to turn off the toilet because something about the water problem. I kind of already know about that, but my toilet doesn't do it. So I'm looking like, okay. So, I go in there and try to turn off the toilet. She talking about some, well, I already did it now, so there's no need to do it. Had got a whole attitude. So I'm looking like, you know what? I've been quiet for years. She has been calling, like, mental places on me. They come and get me, sticking me with needles and all this type of stuff. They don't ask me no questions. They just come and get me and try to take me. For a while now, she's been documenting stuff on her own terms. There was a whole paper with my name on it, saying that this and the third. I didn't even know what they was talking about. I called the police maybe 2 or 3 nights ago because she keeps coming to my door insisting that there's something wrong with me. Talk about some, but I got a video, actually, I can show you.
Okay, hold on. We're just talking about tonight.
Okay.
What happened tonight?
Okay, so this is basically what summed up for tonight, though. That's what I wanted to show you. But so basically, that night she come in my room talking about some. I just feel a whole lot better. You take your medication, talking to me like I'm some random bitch on the street. So I don't know what may be going on with her. But so then when she came right here, right, she was finna call somebody. So I'm like, okay, who was she finna call? I reached for her phone and she put the scissors in my face. And then when she put the scissors in my face, that's when I got up close on her some more, like, who you finna stab? What you finna do? Because at this point, you're provoking me to do something else to you. And so then that's when she tries to like put her hands on me when I'm reaching for her phone, and she punched me, like trying to fight me. She ended up hitting my little brother. Talk about, oh, I'm so sorry. Then she came back at me on some trying to fight me. So I called myself. I'm not sure if you the one I called or if you called from her call, but I called myself because she keeps on insisting on this mental health.
People always be talking about some. I called too, but then there's no 911 call of them ever calling.
Hospital, and they will really come and try to take me. She hasn't been doing nothing lately because I have talked to Grady about everything, so they're kind of aware of that situation. And so I just called y'all because, ain't no telling what else she may do at this point. She does have a weapon in here. I don't know what she on.
At what point you said you tried to grab her phone? What led to
When
that?
she was trying to call the mental people on me to come get me. So I tried to reach for the phone, and that's when she had that's when she pulled her arm up, trying to hit at me, trying to fight me.
Okay, so what do you mean by trying to fight you? What was she doing?
Like, I don't want to attack you, but like, say this is me, right? She was just like, give me my phone back, like, tell me something, like basically punching at me, grabbing on me, gripping on me.
Okay. So did you actually grab her phone or?
No.
Okay.
I reached for the phone, and that's when she tried to grab at me, tried to grab on hold to me. And what she also does is she brings them by my door, and she.
Oh yeah, she would destroy the last dude. If we put her versus the other dude who got arrested for killing his mom in a room, she would beat him down badly. She got like 60 pounds on him.
Sits right here for some odd reason, and she like tries to keep them by my door. The last time she did that, she called them people saying there was something wrong with me. It was also one time I tried to go downstairs and get me a chicken noodle soup, and she told me you can't eat nothing because it's all for the boys. So basically I can't even eat nothing here.
Hearing from both sides, it sounded like she took out her phone and for some reason you decided to try and take her phone from her, even though it's her phone and there's no reason for you to try and take her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Trying to see who she finna call because
Okay, but it's her phone.
Okay.
She can call whoever she wants to, right? That's just like you can call whoever you want to.
Okay, so if she tries to talk to me and I say, oh, I'm just not in the mood to talk right now, isn't that my prerogative as well to say I just don't want to talk right now?
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
how does that mean I have a problem?
But listen, that means you have a room, you have a door. I'm sure there's a lock. You can close the door and not have to talk to her.
And I do, and she.
Bro, there's literally a hole in her wall right here. Can you guys see that shit? There's literally a hole in the wall right here.
Comes and unlocks the door and comes in saying she feels much better if I take medication.
Okay, did she unlock the door tonight? What I'm trying to get to understand is, if she's calling somebody about whatever's happening between the two of y'all.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who the fuck she's calling, bro. You can't snatch the phone out of her hand. Ain't that assault?
Whatever she says is happening to you, whatever reason, why not just let her do it and be on your way?
Because when she do it, instead of me, I actually started calling them back on her. When she do it, they come in with a dolly and whatever, and tries to take me to psych wards and mental facility and suicide prevention bullshit. Excuse my language, but bullshit.
Okay. But you're an adult, correct?
Yes.
Are you allowed to make your own decisions?
Yes.
So then you can tell them no?
They don't ask me, they don't say nothing. It was literally a paperwork with my name on it.
So then it sounds like that it's more than just that then. Because if you're an adult, you're able to make your own decisions unless something happens that makes them become
that was never the
them...
case.
Okay.
That was never the case. She just calls them.
Okay, but they can't just listen. Because they can't just take you out of your house without a reason. They have to have a reason to do it. So in order for that to happen, it sounds like that there has to have been some kind of reason.
No, I was in my room one time.
When was the last time this happened?
She does it every now and then. She does it like.
Okay, when was the last time this happened?
That's how my brain works. I want to say it was around.
Guys, remember we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, guys. 10,000 subscribers. We're at almost 5,200. So every one of those subscriptions count. If you can help us out along the way, please double tap the screen, like the stream, and subscribe to the channel. I'm a little sleepy today, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I want to say it was around. I can't really remember the last time. It's been a long time. But I remember when it all started.
Okay. Well, I'm asking about the last time it happened.
I can't remember. But when they came in.
Okay. How old were you when the last time this happened?
22.
It has to be one or the other. Either you agreed or they had to justify.
Hey, Dominique, welcome back to the chat, my boy.
A reason to take you. Okay.
It was no reason.
Okay, you can tell me no, but that's the only way that they can do that.
It's a certain way you treat your kids when they get into adult. She told me she hate her own son. She talk junk about us all the time. She was just talking junk about me tonight. She keeps trying to fight me. There was no actual reason from the beginning of all the system information that came about in my life. I'm not a criminal. I'm not afraid of police. She says it as if I'm supposed to be afraid of police.
You saying that she pushed you and stopped you from taking her phone? She's justified.
Yo, Monica, thank you for the jewels. Thank you for keeping it 100. Pamela, welcome back to the chat. Greg, how's it going today, brother? So we got a crazy lady right here who has basically assaulted her mother. She didn't like do anything overboard, but her and her mom got into a fight. She tried to grab her mom's phone out the house. She's a 23-year-old that still lives at home. I think the mom's just frustrated because she doesn't pay bills and she won't take her medication, and she's trying to bring dudes over the house. So I think the mom's just trying to figure out a way to get her out, but it's kind of hard. Like, she would have to go to the courts and probably evict her and shit because she's lived there pretty much her whole life, I'd imagine. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
She had the scissors at my neck before she.
But I'm talking about what happened tonight. You told me what happened tonight was she was on her phone calling, trying to call for like a medical facility or whatever, and you tried to take her phone, and then she put her hands on you because you were trying to take her phone. What I'm telling you is, that's her phone. She has a right to stop somebody from taking her phone. She was on the phone trying to call like a medical facility.
But I wouldn't know who she's calling. I don't know who she's calling.
So you just assume
that that's what's.
So then why would you do that?
What do you mean?
Why would you make that assumption?
Nobody is about to keep coming to get me, and there's nothing wrong with me, all because she's saying something.
So then if you feel that way, why are you still here?
I left. I was living with my sister. She begged me to keep coming back here. Every time I leave and go somewhere, she's begging me.
Stop. Because there's no reason to make that excuse. If you know you have issues here, and you have issues with her, why would you come back? That doesn't make sense.
Stop.
I'm asking specifically why you would come back if you have those issues.
Because she tells people everything else to where they wouldn't want me in their home. So it's like nowhere else to go. And so I come back here.
So she forced you to come back. She grabbed you and took you and forced you to stay here.
No.
So then you came back on your own.
Yeah, I came back on my own.
Okay then. So if you came back on your own, knowing that you have issues here, that doesn't make sense. It's not making sense to me. Unfortunately, this is her house. If you have
it could be her house, she can keep it.
It's not. It can be. It is her house. So if you have an issue with how she's running her house as an adult, you can leave. And I don't mean go and be somewhere for a couple. No, there's not a reason for you to live here if you feel like there's issues here. So why would you leave and come back and then come back and stay here and keep having these issues and not leave?
Exactly.
But I'm asking you because that's the situation that you put yourself in.
You're right, but that's why I tell God to go before me. So.
Okay, but I'm not asking about that. I'm asking you. You're making these decisions.
I'm back because wherever I go, whoever I go to, she finds out where I'm at, and she tells them certain things to where they feel uncomfortable. They don't really know what's going on, and I don't feel.
No worries, Pamela. Figure that out, and we'll be here.
Like I have to explain my life to nobody because I know she's lying.
Listening to your word and I'm listening to her word. The only thing that I've heard that's congruent between the both of y'all is that she had her phone and you tried to take her phone from her. Like, no, I wasn't trying to take her phone. Hello.
And see, I'm not agreeing to any of
Her and her mom was in an argument. She then assaulted her mom by trying to grab the phone out of her hand, and then bear hugged her mom. And then once she let go of her mom and got off her mom called the police.
this. So that is what I'm saying right here, right now. Despite what she may have told you all, despite whatever it is that you.
We just got here.
We just got here. Okay, I understand. So with that being said, my mother, she keeps bothering me. If you want to come inside my room to see what I have been doing for the past 2 days, you can. I just got my clothes out the laundry. I have been studying. I have been writing things down. I have been reading my Bible. Because she has called, she has told one of my friends to not come get me because this, that, and third, schizophrenic, all this type of stuff. I'm on lithium. You can call Grady. I don't take no medications. I am 23 years old.
Do you have like a worksheet of like her diagnosed, like her prescription? Yeah. Oh, okay. So, I mean, mom has paperwork that has your name on it that says you've been prescribed medications.
And then you can call Grady recently and see why I no longer attend because of what she's been saying for years. So,
okay, but I'm asking about the
what
paperwork.
I'm saying is, as a 23-year-old adult who don't really know the system like that, but since everybody want to go based off of her words, it may sound crazy. It can sound whatever. Let it sound crazy.
I'm talking about the paperwork now. That paperwork has been prescribed by a doctor.
One time somebody came with me with some paperwork and my name was on it, and I didn't know what no single word meant, and they just tell me that they had to take me. How do you come in somebody's room saying, "Oh, I gotta take you because of what somebody else said"? So what I'm saying is, I don't know.
Okay. So question: were you guys fighting?
No.
Physically?
No.
Do you want to hurt yourself?
No.
Do you want to hurt anybody else?
No.
Do you know what today is?
Yes, October the 31st.
Okay. Do you want to go to the hospital?
No.
Okay. I mean, we can't force you to go.
Right, and that's what one person
Even
said
if
one
you
time.
have
She keeps
whatever
calling people over
diagnosis
and
that you
over.
have, whatever diagnosis
And it's nothing to leave the house. But it's nothing to leave the house.
Hey, look, we're not.
But it's nothing to leave the house.
So listen, we're here for you, okay? Regardless of what's going on. Him and I, we're here. We're here for you, okay? So as long as you're not a danger to yourself or others.
I was gonna say, I think these were like mental health police or something, and then these are like the medics back here. She refused them, so now I think she about to go to jail. She probably should have just went to the hospital, but now she gonna go to jail. Danola, welcome back.
We're here to render our care and our services. If you do not wish to go to the hospital, you don't wish to be seen.
I know. So you came up here, you talked to her about the water, turning off the water in the toilet.
Anything I ask her, it don't even matter what
So
it
what?
is, she get like.
Right. So what happened directly after that?
I'm gonna say, let the kids get froggy. We gonna jump their ass. Hey, Liz, welcome to the gang, man. Appreciate your subscription. You know we're on the road to 10K, guys. Let's get to 10,000. Let's get there. We're almost at 5,200. So every one of your subscriptions count. Thank you so much for putting in that work, chat. Chat, that's why y'all the best chat in all of YouTube, and y'all the star of this show, and I'm only the co-host.
Thank you. She just like in my face yelling and screaming.
Well, Pamela said, let them try that shit. We jumping their ass. Me and my husband.
And just jumping in my face, and then I grabbed my phone. I was gonna call the crisis team because normally they'll come out and 1013 her, and she grabbed my phone and she threw it in the other room. Then she bear hugged me like she's getting.
Shout out that boy Floridian popping in the chat. Roll out the red carpet. He working and listening. I love it. Dana, welcome back, love. Glad to see you in there. You know we like when the members show up to the live stream.
Physical, and I cannot deal with that.
Okay. Do you have? I know you said that she like hit your hand.
Yeah, you can barely see a little scratch right there, but you can barely see it.
Okay. So as far as I'm not.
Baby Chris Watts with the $10 super chat. You know my boy keeps it real. That Detroit player coming with that big meats energy. You already know. Appreciate that. I know you seen them Chargers. Justin Herbert coming for that MVP, baby. He coming for that MVP, baby.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm trying to ask so I can get a specific answer. Why did you call the police here tonight?
Because she got violent.
Okay.
She got physical, and my boys are here.
Okay. Do you feel like?
I don't want her in jail because I know it's mental health.
Okay. So, and I understand that, but we're at this point in time where they're here specifically. Their job is to do an evaluation and transport her to a hospital. She's refusing. The fire department was here as well to make sure about that, and she's refusing to everybody. So we've tried to make those accommodations about her going to
I know that she's not in her right mind.
Okay. So like I said, I understand you said that you called because she became violent.
Damn, that sucks, Pamela. Did you get hacked? Did somebody hack your shit?
You feel like she was going to do something?
Yes.
Okay. So how many times? I know she said the last time she went or she had to go.
How you been, Chris? You been working a lot lately, bro?
It was last time she was 20.
Okay. What happened that led to that?
Like she get darker because she can't smoke.
So, based off from what I'm hearing, especially because we just had the ambulance and the fire department here, we wanted to try to get you to go to the hospital. You refused. That's fine. You're an adult to do that. But as far as what's happening,
I told you she was gonna have to go to jail if she didn't go to the hospital. She could have ducked the charge if she went to the mental hospital. Yo, shout out my boy Johnny, man. Welcome back to the chat. You know we like when the members show up to the live streams. Y'all give them a warm welcome.
Tonight, you're going to go to jail, okay?
Why am I going to jail?
For simple assault. I told you that's a crime.
Hold on, wait. No, wait.
Yes. Stop.
Okay, hold on.
Stop.
In the name of
Stop.
Jesus.
Stop.
Wait, no, stop.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands
Oh
behind
my
your back.
gosh, bro.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, like you really need to tell the truth before I really psych out. Nobody has to go through this. You are such a liar. That's why nobody likes you. That's why nobody with you. I was in here minding my own business. You keep messing with me. You are so annoying. Now somebody gotta go to jail. Ain't got no bond. Like, nobody wanna go to jail. This is annoying, and I really hope everybody reap what they sow with this. This is stupid.
You gotta stop moving your hands. You gotta stop moving your hands.
Stupid.
Janiyah, you
I
gotta stop
really
moving your
hope you
hands.
reap what you sow. I really hope in the name of Jesus, in the name of God, I really wish you
Oh, you called that shit right on the head, Pamela. You called that shit right on the head.
reap this.
Janiyah, you gotta stop moving your hands.
Fool with her. She is lying. How is somebody wrong, but yet you trying to talk to them? Tell the truth. You just sat here and lied, talking about somebody smoke. I don't even smoke. What are you even talking about?
Stop moving your
This is
hands.
injustice, and I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue this whole county. I'm going to sue. I am suing, and I'm gonna sue you for all this paperwork and whatever they're talking about.
You got some shoes?
Put your shoes on. No, I'm not. I'm finna get heated. Why are you? How is the sister
I've already
even
told
listen
you
to
why.
somebody who's lying?
I've already told you why. So do you have
Okay,
some
but
shoes?
she had scissors to my neck. So what does that mean?
I'm asking you, do you have some shoes?
No, I don't.
Okay, so then let's go.
Oh my God,
Let's
can I
go.
get my phone? I need to call
you can't
somebody,
get your
bro.
phone. You can't
God,
have your phone with you.
please help me.
Stop.
Please help me. Please
Janiyah.
help me.
Pamela, stop clicking on links on the internet. Don't click on random text messages. Like, that's where they get you. It's like you click, it'll say like, oh, you got a UPS package, but you don't got no UPS package. UPS don't text you. So don't click that. And don't click no emails you don't know. Don't check emails if you don't know where they're from.
Help me, God, help me.
You need to stand up.
Help me. I don't want to do. God, help me. I hate you. Don't touch me. I hate you. I hate you.
You doing this isn't stopping what's happening.
Please, God, I don't need that. God, please, I gotta fight for my life, bro. No.
Get in the car.
No.
Get in the car. Okay. I'll hold on to them. If she decides to put them on, then she'll put them on.
I'm gonna sue everybody. Crazy. This ain't no justice. I don't believe no crazy. I don't know what the I'm saying. What the
He said, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck I mean. Bro, you're the only crazy lady in that house. Your mom literally said she didn't want you to go to jail. She just thought you needed mental help. Your mom still loves you. You're just too crazy to realize it.
that me? I'm only 23. God, look like I'm crazy for. Ain't shit wrong with me. I want to sue everybody. Ain't no child. Fuck wrong with you? Tell your business. You the one scared of the police. You taking sick. You drinking all this alcohol. Did you tell any of that? But you keep coming to my room talking crazy as and when I call my grandma, I swear to God, I'm suing all this and you.
I understand your mom.
She's really a good kid.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of people. It happened to my parents too, my stepmom, and yeah, it's okay. It's happened to my mother-in-law. Like it's happened to a lot of people. Just be careful. You know what I mean? That's all you can do, really.
It's just so at this point, we can end up having issues with, like I said, I called the ambulance here to see about it, and she was very adamant on it, especially at this point.
They tried to put her in a mental institution, but she refused. So she had to go to jail. Yeah, that's her daughter, Johnny. So sorry, I should have gave you an update. The woman being arrested is the daughter. Her and the mom got into a fight. The mom pulled out her phone. She tried to snatch the phone from the mom. The mom pushed her away. The girl then bear hugged her. I guess the rest of the family were able to separate them. And then once Once they got the bigger daughter off the mom called the police and told them what happened. The police then gave her an option to go to the mental hospital because the mom said she doesn't want to press charges, but she wants her out the house. Once she did not go out the house to mental, then it was the police. After talking to both the mom and the daughter, he decided that there was a crime committed, so he was going to get her out the house because she refused the mental hospital.
She said is a lie. Ain't nobody gonna read it to
Yeah, she's 23. She's 23. The girl who's got arrested.
Depends. I think she's calmed down now.
downhill.
I said, I think you've calmed down.
He said you have calmed down.
Why am I even here?
I've told you why.
But that's not necessarily the truth.
Okay. I mean,
So I'm here for no reason, so I'm gonna sue.
Okay.
So what's your badge?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I need your name.
Okay, you're gonna get all that.
Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Trent, Prior Deputy Sheriff, Patrol Sergeant, and Canine Handler. So this officer is responding to this call by himself without being accompanied by a mental health care professional, and a lot of people in the public believe that that should be the case. But I just want to state that not every agency, city, county, or state has the adequate funding or resources to implement certain programs that would involve a law enforcement officer going with a county employee or a crisis team or somebody.
I don't know what he's talking about. They literally brought some mental health people into that house.
Day, and then we're just going to be back to square one here, unless the mom gets a restraining order or witness to some of this, or at least heard it. I don't know how old he is, but it was kind
Yeah, she needs. If that girl doesn't get any mental help, she's gonna have to. She's gonna have to get a restraining order. Let me see if I can scrub this video because I want to watch it. I want to react to it. This one says FBI agent son murdered 13-year-old, then died in jail.
A murder suspect is arrested in broad daylight, accused in the connection to the death of a 13-year-old boy.
Open! Back, right to feet. Pat him down. And then, Rito, can you sit with her? Here you go. And then, can you actually escort her back around here? Anyone else? Put your hand up real quick.
The channel's Law and Crime. The title of this one is FBI agent son murdered 13-year-old, then died in jail.
Not that I know. No. Nothing you know of? No,
That's conversation. It's fine.
Okay. So he runs into somebody when we're down there, like when we're walking back to the car to leave or whatever. This person, I come to.
But investigators learned Michael was allegedly driving the car with the accused shooter inside. That accused shooter was 21-year-old Thomas Acey.
So he runs into somebody when we're down there.
Told detectives they met while he was selling him drugs.
I sold cocaine to him.
Okay. So he's the driver, and it seems like his buddy did a drive-by and shot a 13-year-old. That's crazy, bro. Why you thugging and your dad a fucking FBI agent, bro? You could have been in the FBI. Y'all know most jobs, right? I don't give a fuck if you the AC tech, a mechanic, an electrician. Most jobs like that shit is passed down. That shit is what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. I'ma know it though. It's that shit is like if you're an FBI dude the FBI is going to be more likely to hire you. Like if your dad's a union dude, you automatically get a good union job. You just don't gotta be. You just don't be a fuck up. Nepotism. Nepotism. That's what it is. Nepotism. Most jobs, exactly. Right on the tip of my tongue. Thank you, Wordsmith. Uh like most jobs, bro, like most people are where they are in life because of who their parents were, not because who they are. Is if that makes sense. Like most people don't come from nothing, but everybody wants to. Everybody wants the struggle story. Everybody wants to tell you how their life was hard. But then they be like you know what I'm saying? Like then you find out who their parents were and shit makes a lot more sense. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell everybody, bro, like don't look at other people and feel like, damn, I'm not doing what they're doing at this age. Because chances are is if they're doing some crazy shit, some really good shit at the same age as you and you feel behind, it's because they had a head start, brother. You know what I mean? You might have came from a more modest family or more like just a regular family. Like your dad was a cashier and your mom was a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? Like your base, your launch point isn't the same as like someone whose dad was a lawyer. You feel me? Like you got to work 4 times as hard as the kid who the dad was the lawyer. Now, mind you, this guy is an FBI agent. His dad is an FBI agent, not the one that's speaking, but the other guy in this case, the one who did the shooting. So all you had to do was not be a fuck up, and somebody was gonna let you be a cop, bro. Hey, Monica. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. If you come from a poor family, if you don't ever strap your boots up, you gonna stay poor because they'll pass that shit down to you too, just like the rich parents do Saltwater. So don't get me wrong. There does become a point where your life where you can't blame everybody else for your problems. But what I'm saying is, don't look at the people around you that are successful and feel like, damn, I'm never gonna catch up to them. You know what I mean? Because your timeline is not their timeline. Look at you, for example. You know what I'm saying? Your timeline wasn't any of your homies' timeline, whether they was in the streets or out.
Him and a lot of my friends and friends of their friends. And so he was a friend of a friend who I just happened to be with downtown.
Okay. And if you
Okay.
Conversation, that's fine.
Okay. So he runs into somebody when we're down there, like when we're walking back to the car to leave or whatever. This person, he told me about this person before, but I didn't know it was that person at the time or whatever. He tells me this person shot up his car and robbed him at a party earlier on that year. And so he tells me that or whatever. And I tell him I don't want nothing a part of none of that. We're going home, you know, whatever. And, he tells me just loop around. I want to see what car he gets in, or whatever. I loop around. He says he got in this car. He said loop around again and follow that car. And what's it called? I did. I followed it maybe 5 or 10 minutes up the road, like towards UNM. And then, because he wanted me to, to just know where he lived. Because he promised me, he told me, I'm not going to do nothing. I know that, like, I don't want to put you in any situation or anything. I just want to know where this guy lives or whatever. And so I follow that car. And then when he finds out that it's not the guy or whatever, for whatever reason, he's like, that isn't the car. I don't think that's the car or whatever. And I tell him, all right.
Shelly, when I was a football coach and I coached youth football, what I used to do is the first practice of every season, right? I would line up one trash can. I'd have all the kids in rows, like they would be in like the stretch lines. Every kid would get a football, and there would be one goal. There would be one trash can in front of everyone stretching. And this is on the first practice of the season. And I would give all the kids a football and say, try to make it. Try to make it into the basket. and then they would throw it, and only the few kids from the first row would make it in for the most part. You know what I mean? And I would tell them, those are the kids that made the NFL, or those are the kids that became successful as adults. The rest of you are losers. And then they would get sad, and I would be like, that's life. That's exactly how life is. If you're all the way in the back, that doesn't mean you can't make this shot, but it means it's more difficult to make that shot. And at a young age, you need to realize that. When you're 10, 11, 12, 13, you need to start realizing, hey, where am I at? Where is my starting point? Because then you'll realize how hard you have to work to actually achieve your goals. You know what I mean? Like, you'll realize, all right, dad and ma, they both work. Like, we're okay, but they're not rich. So I need to bust my ass to get to college. You know what I mean? Or I need to bust my ass to get into this apprenticeship. Whatever your dream is, either way, that's the way it works.
All right, let's go home. And he gets mad at me at this point, and he points the gun at me at this point, and he tells me, go back downtown.
Yeah, Greg Thomas, it's a metaphor. Back in the 2000s and 90s, man, my football coaches was always real aggressive, like real direct. So I definitely took their style as a coach. I talked to the boys when I was a coach. I talked to them like they were men. You know what I mean? I never ever talked to them like they were children, because once I gave them that respect, once they figured it out, they returned the same respect.
Like, they'll stop being a or whatever. Because, like, I already wanted to go home like 2 or 3 times at this point. I didn't want any part of this or whatever. And so I go downtown. He says, that's the car right there. And it was that car. And that car happened to be right there, like a block or two where we seen that guy or whatever. Okay. That guy is he's like probably 6'1" or 6'2". He's has an Edgar haircut. That guy that he had a few words with. And keep in mind, like, they didn't yell at each other or nothing. I didn't know that this was that guy. They had a few words. I didn't hear what they said. And then we left.
Okay.
And so.
Do you know that guy's name?
I don't know that guy's name.
Okay.
That was the only time I ever seen him too.
Okay.
If you were to show me a picture of him, I'd be able to tell you that's him though.
Okay.
But where was I?
So you said that he pointed a gun at you and told you to go back downtown, and then identified a car that was just a couple blocks from where you guys saw him originally. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and he said, that's the car right there. That's the car right there. And I follow it for like 2 minutes around there, and I'm like, this, I'm taking us home or whatever. I go from following it, and I get into the turning lane to what's it called, to turn to get out of there, because I was gonna pass him. I was like, that, I don't trust him. I was like, if he shoots me, he shoots me. I was like, we're going home. So the car's right here. I'm behind it. I go from there to passing it. I make a stop, but not a complete stop, just to look both ways so I don't turn and, a car sideswipes me or something. Sure. Within that time period, he jumps out of the car and starts shooting within
This dude was a psycho, bro. This guy's like, bro, I just tried to sell him some coke, and he flipped out and started shooting some kids. Never mind, let me hear him again. I got a little fired up there.
What's it called? To turn to get out of there, because I was gonna pass him. I was like, that, I don't trust him. I was like, if he shoots me, he shoots me. I was like, we're going home. So the car's right here. I'm behind it. I go from there to passing it. I make a stop, but not a complete stop, just to look both ways so I don't turn and, a car sideswipes me or something. Sure. Within that time period, he jumps out of the car and starts shooting within like a second, like a 1 to 2 second, stop. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. Yeah. I didn't stop the car completely. So he jumps out as it's moving a little bit and starts shooting or whatever. And at this point, I'm like, what the I froze. My ears are all ringing. There's glass all over me and shit. And he almost took my head off too. I found out later that night. There's a bullet graze above the car that went. So my headrest is right here. My head's right here. There's a bullet graze that right here in the car on top of it. And he shattered the sunroof. Okay. That's what it was.
As for the car allegedly used in the shooting, Michael Flores admitted he bought the car off of Facebook Marketplace for 10 grand, using the money he made dealing coke. Michael thought he and Thomas were in the clear until, according to Michael, Thomas said the only thing tying them to the murder was the car.
I convinced everybody in my life that I was innocent, that I wasn't there, and this is just a
Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg, for the mute. But that's what I was gonna say, saltwater. Like that's what I was saying when your timeline isn't someone else's timeline. I know you grew up as a man and made and took responsibility for mistakes and changed your own life. You know what I mean? Nobody changed it for you. You did it yourself. And that's what makes your story so admirable. But at the same time, I'm not giving you any excuse, but you wasn't really set up in a position to succeed. All you could have done was the things that you did do, because that's all you knew. All you knew was pain. All you knew was struggle. You know what I mean? You didn't know a way out. It took you to sit down for some time to figure out that there has to be something better than this. That I have to that I have to be better than this. You know what I mean? Maybe you found a mentor, maybe you found something, but I'm glad you found it.
coincidence.
So when you say this too, for why you removed that, what do you mean?
I mean, like,
Y'all can't hear me? I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. My mics, I think it just be lagged.
that night, because he told me the only way they could tie us to this whole thing or whatever is because the car. So it was his idea to modify it.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Shortly after this happened, we had put out a Crime Stoppers tip with some pictures of that Lexus. Did you see that Crime Stoppers bulletin?
No.
Okay. A lot of your search history and stuff that we got out of your phone was in reference to like some modifications that you.
It's hard to love yourself when you've never been loved by someone else. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you don't feel guilty of the things you ever did, because just be proud of the life you lived. You know what I mean? You definitely right though, man. Your story is a great story.
You look like you were maybe planning on making to the car, as far as like a front grille and some rims, stuff like that.
Yeah, I wanted to keep that car, yeah.
Yeah. In all those searches, you searched for a 2015 Lexus. When you listed it on Facebook, you listed it as a 2014. Was there a reason behind that?
A reason behind 14. Yeah, it would be to that night.
Okay. Just as
I didn't understand this.
No, I'm sorry. So like I guess what I'm asking is you knew that the car was a 2015. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And did you intentionally post it on Facebook Marketplace as a 2014?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that to try to avoid, I guess, me or us finding you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas's name has been redacted from the interrogation, but you can kind of fill in the blanks. A little bit later into the interrogation, detectives show Michael a photo, seemingly of Thomas, posed up with the same weapon allegedly used to kill 13-year-old Michael Tubb.
Who you know this person as?
That's him.
Okay. The firearm that he's holding in that picture, is that the same firearm, or does it look like the same firearm?
It looks like it, yeah. It does.
Okay. and I mean, you're more than welcome to keep looking at it if you want to, but just want to ask you kind of a little bit about him and that firearm. When you guys left that evening, how did he get to? You said you guys met up at the Shoshone address.
Yeah.
How did he get there?
He drove that car that had a bunch of bullet holes in it from whenever he got robbed, and had his car shot up at that party.
Okay.
That's the crazy thing about mental health, Danola. You could come from a loving family and still feel bad about yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's just because you have a loving family, that's not the end all be all. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that. I'm just saying, you know, you gotta love yourself no matter where you come from. You gotta appreciate where you come from and appreciate how far you've came. That's all we can do.
Do you know what kind of car that is?
It's a white Genesis.
Okay.
It's I think a 2014 or 2013. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's around those years.
Okay. And I just kind of want to. Where was he when you guys were in the car downtown? Was he seated in the front seat or in the back seat? Where was he seated?
The passenger seat.
The front passenger?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was that that firearm, that gun that I just showed you, or the one that looked like the one in that picture that I just showed you?
I don't remember that. I believe it was just where his feet were, like in the, what is it called? The passenger seat.
Okay, like the floorboard?
He would bring his guns everywhere.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I know like you might think might still be premeditated. He brought his guns everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Especially after that incident, I heard.
Okay. And I'll be honest with you, man. Like I want to make sure that you and I are on the same page here. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge you. Okay. I'm just trying to find out the facts, and more than anything, just get answers for this young man's family. And so I appreciate that. But just know that there's nothing here that anybody on this side of the table is judging you for. We just appreciate you doing the right thing and sharing this information with us. Okay.
I can. Yeah. It haunts me at night.
Yeah. I can only imagine. I'll be honest with you, it does me too a little bit. This is a really, really difficult case.
Bro, fake crying. He didn't do the shooting, and he probably feels bad that his homie did some wild shit, but he not crying right now.
Should have never happened. I really feel like if I was sober, then I wouldn't have done what he said. I go back to Albuquerque. When I came back to Albuquerque,
Big brunette, welcome in, bro. Welcome to the chat.
what did I do? I barely left my house. When I got back, I took him home right away or whatever.
Okay.
We had been talking for hours and hours. He was prepping me for in case I was ever in this type of situation over this. Basically, he was telling me that I would go to prison for life. He would go to prison for life. Like, where if anything happens, you're in the same boat as me pretty much, until I told my lawyer about this, and she said, no, that's not the case, you know. Like, it's gonna be all right, and that won't happen. So my amazing lawyer brought me here today to do this. I didn't do it before, and I'll get into that. I didn't do this. I wanted to testify, but I couldn't, because he showed up to my house whenever I was in jail. He never knew where I lived. I don't know how he found where I lived, but he showed up to my house when I was in jail. When I was in jail the first time or whatever. He showed up to my house when I was in jail the first time, and he talked to Sasha and her mom or whatever. And so, being in jail, I was like, how the does he know where I live? Like, and he was like, I guess when he talked to them, he told them that, like, he was going to put money on my books, he was going to pay for my lawyer, he was going to do this, he was going to do that, all this stuff. I knew that was his way of, like, don't tell on me, I know where you live, like, type of thing. So I didn't, and I wanted to, because it was very tempting, but I didn't want my family to get hurt and my girlfriend, so I didn't. And when I got out, he showed up to my to my house a week later, and it was kind of the same deal. And I just kind of assured him that, like, you know, I'm gonna beat this case. Like, you have nothing to worry about, whatever. And also when he was there, he told me, like, if a cop comes to my house or something, he said, I'm gonna go out in a shootout. I'm not going down for this. He told me that he's not gonna go down for this. Basically, like, telling me I have to go down for it because I'm the one who's posted the car on Facebook, even though he said it was a good idea to do it.
Okay. Has he made any direct threats towards you or Sasha or your family?
No, that was his. That's why they let him in. Like, they wouldn't let him in if he, like, came over there all, like, hot-headed or whatever. No, he came over there acting like he was my best friend and all this stuff. But no, he didn't make a direct threat.
He said he told you it was a good idea to...
I'm sorry to hear that, Zanola. Do you have to go to dialysis? That's what it's called, right? I had a friend. He was a little bit older than me. He was like 15 years older than me, but we used to live in the same neighborhood and hang out and stuff and like shoot the shit. And yeah, he used to have to go to dialysis, and those days were always rough for him.
Post that car on Facebook?
Yeah, he did.
Tell me about that.
Well, because I was getting desperate to, and I was very, like, I was getting very worried and, like, paranoid and stuff. And he told me that would be a good idea to just sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't think so, but I was desperate.
Gotcha. Thank you, Wordsmith.
And I didn't want the car anymore. I didn't enjoy the car anymore after that.
What does your liver do for your body? I'm curious. I'm not very, like, medically inclined. So I thought the liver cleans your blood, but it seems like I had that mixed up with the kidneys.
Couldn't.
Michael told the detectives when he was driving, he didn't see who was in the car when Thomas allegedly started firing off into the other car.
And I just went along with it. I felt like I had no choice.
This dude was driving with his homie. He made up with his homie to sell him some yay. They then drove around, and then they were driving, and then his homie jumped out the car and started shooting some people in another car.
Then two.
Okay. Walk me through following that car. You said you followed it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Describe that for me.
I don't really remember. I followed it for a couple.
That's awesome. Danola, there was a doctor my father had who kept telling him his liver was going out, that his liver was gonna fail or something. I think it was cirrhosis. They were saying he had cirrhosis of the liver for like 3 years. And then he was like, that doctor died. And then the new doctor ran the test on him and said, yeah, you don't have cirrhosis of the liver. Like your liver's okay. It's working. Like you're fine. So yeah, man, like I don't know. He thinks the doctor had a wrong diagnosis. I think it was a miracle from Jesus, but you know, who's to say?
A few minutes.
Okay. What did you notice about that car as far as people inside it?
No, it was heavily tinted.
Yeah, April, that's what I was saying. I think the doctor. That's what the doctor said. It looks like your liver's regenerating.
It's heavily tinted.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He whenever like we're on the road trip to Colorado or whatever, he told me that that the reason he started shooting was because he saw a gun. He's full of shit. I didn't see a gun at all. That car was really tinted. How the hell are you gonna see a gun?
Okay. Were the windows rolled up or rolled down?
Rolled up.
All of them? Okay. So you didn't see anyone inside that car?
No. It's very tinted. I didn't see.
Hey, be wise. Welcome back, man. I'm glad you made it to the live stream. You know we like when live members make to the live stream. Yeah. My dad loves to tell that joke about that doctor. He's like, that doctor told me for 8 years I was gonna die. Now guess who's dead and who's still alive?
And then I know you said you saw the car. You said we're done with this.
Yeah. That's when I got mad back and like I'm like, we're done with this. like we're going home. And then and I get in the turning lane, I'm about to turn, and he gets out as I'm like about to.
Yeah, he had the same type of thing to know the same type of situation, and then he was like, "I got magical blood." That's what I got magical blood. And he believed it, and it worked.
Turn.
So which side
He's
of the car?
he's got other health issues he's fighting now, more with his heart. I think he's got like a pacemaker or a battery on his heart or something, and then I think he's got some stuff like he's fighting doing some kidney stones right now. They're gonna have to laser down the kidney stones because they're too big to pass naturally, but the doctor don't want to put him under for operation.
Was the other car compared to yours?
Here's the car. Here's my car. Here's the stop sign, the red light. I stop barely. He jumps out as I'm stopping to turn or whatever, and he just starts shooting.
So you're going to turn right?
Yeah, I'm going to turn right, and they're like in the straight lane or left lane or something.
Okay, and so that means that the passenger side window of the other car is right next to your driver's side window, right?
Say that again.
So if we have two cars, so if this one's your car and this one's the other car, the passenger side window, and this is your driver's side window.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're saying.
Twitch, what does that mean? What does that terminology mean? What does wet brain mean? Is that like alcohol poisoning? Or was he drinking every day? Like, I'm not sure that I've never heard that term. I'm sorry. And my apologies for you losing your friend, bro.
Saying that when you passed by the car because of the tint, you couldn't see anything inside?
Yeah. So I didn't see anybody. I didn't see a gun pulled. None of that. I just seen a tinted car as soon as he started shooting, I panicked.
I have a question. So he started shooting, but you said that he shot one went across your head and hit that. So
yeah, he got out of the car. It wasn't.
So he was shooting through the car?
No, he got out of the car, and one of the bullets hit my car.
Oh, from shooting outside.
Yeah, from the passenger side. I was in line of fire when he
shooting over here.
Yeah, over, and he even started like walking around towards the hood.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Dude, his homie was just coked out looking for a reason, riding around with that big ass gun. I don't know if it was the gun they showed him with earlier, but yeah.
Was that car at a complete stop when it was at that light or that stop sign?
Yeah, I think so.
That you shot?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And you were behind it. You pulled forward in the turning lane. You said you stopped. Were you in a complete stop?
No, I wasn't in a complete stop. I barely stopped just to look both ways to turn.
So would it be like a California roll? Where
Yeah,
you
like
slow
exactly.
down a lot so you can look left, right, straight.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the car at that point.
Yeah, he gets out as soon as I slow down right there.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. He was in the front seat, right?
The front passenger seat. Yeah.
And he gets fully out of the car, like full.
Yeah.
They administered life
Custody, and so nobody else will.
During that December interview.
Protective custody.
Thomas Acey wasn't arrested by the time Michael Flores had spoken with detectives during that December interview, but Thomas was arrested shortly after. Thomas, the alleged shooter, faced multiple charges, like first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a deadly.
Yo, what up, Jen? Welcome in.
Weapon, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit tampering with evidence, plus more. He pleaded not guilty to his charges, and he was supposed to go on trial next year. But in a shocking twist earlier this summer, he was found unresponsive in his jail cell. Officials say they administered life-saving measures, but he was pronounced dead. As for Michael Flores, initially he pleaded not guilty to murder and he was supposed to go on trial in January of 2026. But online records reveal he pleaded guilty to conspiracy and evidence tampering back in February. He was supposed to testify against Thomas Acey. However, since he passed away, that won't be happening. So Michael will be sentenced in November and he's facing up to 20 years in prison.
Damn. He probably should have snitched way sooner. Especially y'all think that dude killed himself in jail? They said they found him unresponsive in his cell. Like, what could have took him out like that? You think another inmate or what? Bro, he was, yeah. He said that y'all said he had the fresh. He thought he was clean as hell in those jumpsuits. He thought he was clean as hell in those jumpsuits. Someone did it. Yeah, okay, you got what y'all think? You think he got took out for killing a 13-year-old? How could they have got in his cell like that? And he was an FBI agent's son, so you know there was a target on his back, even though he wasn't an FBI agent. So you know what I mean? He turned into the super thing. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all funny as hell, boy. Let's see if we got one more video, man. Y'all funny as hell. We ran through our list. Let's see. Yeah, he killed a 13-year-old, Danola. You're right.
That's cold. So either we're looking at one of two things happen.
This is the Law and Crime Network, Couples Deadly Dark Sequel, Unravels in Interrogation.
Either you were good to go with it from the beginning, or this was your deal and you wound him up and kept him loose.
Newly released interrogation video takes us inside what led to a murder.
You think I killed him? Seriously?
Yes.
You think I killed him?
The gunman was driven by rage that the victim sexually assaulted his girlfriend, but police say the story that drove him to seek revenge was unproven. We're on the case presented in that county, say he was shot 3 times in this thinking only with their involved. This is Nathan Anderson. He was 25 years old. He lived in Clackamas County, Washington, and police in that county say he was shot 3 times in this parking lot in April of 2024. Here's one of the
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah, it's not on the news. I looked.
Yeah.
I guess they're not making it a big deal or something.
Did you know Nathan?
Yeah, he used to be my worker.
He used to be a worker for you?
Yeah.
At Dave's?
At Dave's, yeah.
When was that?
Maybe a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, we've hung out maybe 2 or 3 times since then. I helped him move from his mom's to an apartment complex.
Okay.
And it's the first time I heard from him in about 6 months.
When was that?
Maybe a few months back.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess somebody had bought their house or something. They had to get out.
Was he, so you said he was moving from his mom's to an apartment?
To an apartment with his girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was there. I helped him move. And after that, he called me one day saying that he needed picked up. He had just got arrested or whatever for a DUI or something.
Oh, so like recently?
Yeah, recently.
Okay.
Yeah, and he looked pretty bad off, you know, and I took him to the impound lot and helped him get all of his belongings and took him up to his grandma's in Oregon City.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and dropped him and all of his belongings off. And
so pretty recently, you said he looked kind of like he was been struggling?
Yeah.
Did he look like he was using drugs again?
Possibly. I'm sure he was, yeah.
Did you guys talk about using drugs or recovery or anything like that?
He used to be a recovery mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and he said that he's just going through a hard time right now. I guess I don't know what him and his girlfriend were going through. You know, I try to stay out of people's personal business.
Sure.
But him and his girlfriend were going through something, and he was struggling, and his life just started to fall apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it is, because I've been there, you know?
Yeah. So you helped him get his car out?
No, not his car, just his belongings.
Or just his belongings out of impound, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the last time that you talked to him?
No, I've talked to him since then. Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time that you talked to him?
Talked to him?
Yeah.
When I got out of jail, I talked to him.
So that was last...
The 25th or something around there.
Yeah, I don't know the exact day.
Okay.
But I talked to him, and I guess he'd come over to my apartment while I was in jail, and ended up getting my girlfriend high and all sorts. Yeah, I don't know the whole story. He wouldn't tell me it.
Is Dominique in recovery too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like, and she wasn't getting high or anything, you know.
How long has she been clean?
Off of drugs.
Yeah.
5 years or so, maybe, she says. Yeah. And off of alcohol up until recently, a couple of years.
So that's kind of a big hit.
Yeah, like we're all in recovery, and you know.
Does he know Dominique?
I'm muted.
Uh,
Yeah, my bad. I was muted. Yeah, I see it. I see it. My bad. I wouldn't talk about nothing. Don't worry about it.
I don't know personally, just through me maybe.
What made him go over to your apartment?
Because I was in jail.
Do you think he was like trying to pick up Dominique?
I couldn't tell you. He wouldn't tell me. I tried to get the full story from him for a couple of days, and he kept getting all heated in arguments and stuff, and you know, cussing and this, that, and the other. And it's on the Facebook if you've been on his. I'm sure you have since you're doing an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's probably why I'm here, because of all his threats and stuff, right?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it myself personally, but what kind of threats was he making to you?
Just that he would end my life and this, that, and the other, and I don't know him, and where he's from the cartel, and he's from GD, and he's this, that, and the other, and he'll wipe me clean, and blah, 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 and
so lots of stuff.
Lots of drugs talking.
Okay.
That's
My boy said he was from the cartel and he was a GD. That's wild.
Seemed like he was.
No, he didn't.
Using meth.
He couldn't. I don't know what he was doing. Okay. I couldn't tell you personally.
How did that make you feel? Did you feel threatened?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You know, in my eyes, he was like my little brother. You know, I didn't know him on a personal level, but you know, he's younger than me. We've been through some of the same things. He had his life on track there for a minute, you know, and if he needed help, all he had to do was call. Yeah. You know, I was always.
Before we get back to this episode of On the Case, which is one of the most watched shows on all of YouTube, I want to talk a little bit about our partners at Morgan & Morgan. They are America's largest injury law firm. They have more than 1,000 attorneys, and they win a lot.
What's the problem?
What did you think went down with them?
That
Boy,
she got taken advantage of. And
my boy said he was like my little brother, but I didn't know him personally. Like, that shit don't even make sense, bro. If y'all didn't know each other personally, why would he call you for some help? He don't know you personally. You just a work guy.
Mentioned that to him and on Facebook as well. You'll see that if you take a look.
Did he deny it?
He didn't deny it, but he didn't confirm it, you know, and just pretty much I felt like he was trying to protect something, and then it came down to like, just holler at me when you're cooled off, man.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple days go by, and I'm like, hey, are we cool? Like, are we both good? I know we're both hot-headed. Are we both good? It's like, oh yeah, we're good. Like, you know, this, that, and the other. And I couldn't tell you the exact conversation word for word, you know. But, you know, we're like, all right, we're both cool. That's all right.
Do you guys hang out again after that?
No, we haven't hung out since. And then a few days go on, and I see some stuff on Facebook from Kayla posting it, RIP, and like, what happened? I messaged her.
You messaged her?
I messaged her, yeah, and she said that the detectives aren't being clear on what happened, just that he was murdered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any knowledge of anything that he was saying, who he was hanging out with? I'm going to see some of your DNA just on a oral swab.
Okay.
And then you're going to be lodged in jail.
Okay.
Okay.
When do I get my phone call?
Probably won't be until you get to the jail. Okay?
Okay. What's the DNA for?
For evidence of the crimes.
Okay.
Would you want to voluntarily provide DNA? It'll get you to the jail on your phone call faster.
I mean, why not?
It's completely up to you.
I mean, my DNA's already in the system, so.
Okay, you go take, just rub some swabs in your cheek.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
Okay. And I'll hang if you don't. Okay, if you don't. Oh man.
This is wild.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You guys really think I killed him, huh?
I think they know you killed him. They got you locked up in cuffs.
I'm not allowed to. Once you say lawyer, I can't talk to you more about it unless you decide you want to continue talking to us. So just think about it, and if you want to continue talking to us, you can. But I can't talk about it unless you make that decision.
I would be lying if I told you I wanted to try jail food because I really don't. But I do be watching them little jail chefs, like when they be making like their little recipes from jail on YouTube. I watch those. I would never make them or eat that shit, but I watch them make that shit. That should be amazing me. Like the fucking creativity that inmates have, bro. I seen this video where some dudes was in jail with making hibachi. Like they turned one of the metal tables into a hibachi table.
Well, I didn't think I needed a lawyer.
Again, I mean, dude, I'd love to talk to you, but you got to express to me that you want to talk to me without a lawyer for me to do that, which I'm happy to do, but it has to be your decision.
Can we talk without a bunch of questions being asked?
Yeah, we need Saltwater to post some of them ramen recipes. I might have to try them. You know, I be fucking some ramen up on the stream.
Dude, I see you're saying that's literally my job to ask questions. I mean, if you can ask us questions, but we gotta ask you questions too, or I'm not earning my money.
You guys been asking me questions since I got here.
We can have a conversation,
Yeah.
but again.
Bro, I used to have homies get out of jail, and they would be like, "Yo, I'm about to make a spread," and I would not fuck with it, bro. I would not eat the spread, bro. I would be like, "I'm just gonna make my ramen noodles normal, bro. I might crush some hot Cheetos in that bitch, but that's as far as I'm going, bro." David Fitzgerald, are you my cousin, bro? Welcome in, bro. Welcome to the chat. I think this guy, and his girlfriend killed his ex-friend.
You have to verbalize that you would like to speak to us again without a lawyer being present. But I want you to think about that before you do that, okay? It has to be your decision, and it can't be anything that I do to influence you, and I'm doing my best not to influence you at all.
I'm just playing though, David. I don't think you my cousin. I'm the last Fitzgerald. Well, my son is now the last Fitzgerald. And my two daughters, but you don't expect daughters to keep your name.
Cody, will you spell your last name for me, please?
DENEWNETH. You know what? I'd like to continue.
Okay. Do you mind if...
My boy says spreads are fire. Shout out Saltwater.
And I will get a lawyer later.
Okay. And again, man, I asked you a question real fast. Did anything I say when we were in the room together influence your decision to talk to me or not?
No, you just told me that in order for us to keep talking without a lawyer, I'd have to specify that.
Okay. So is it cool if we grab the DNA thing first and then...
That's what my dad be saying. He be like, you got to tell the girls they got to keep their name. They got to pass on the name.
Yeah, do the DNA.
I be like, Dad, I don't care what they do as long as they happy.
Okay.
So at this point, Cody lawyers up, but police also brought in his fiance.
Hopefully, Derek, I'll be open and honest with y'all. My son is he's autistic. He was born with what's called micro and anophthalmia. It means that like he was born without his eyes essentially. So like when he was forming in the belly, his eyes never formulated. He has eye sockets and eyelids. He just looks like his eyes are always closed. But yeah, and on top of that, he's autistic. So you know maybe one day he will, but I'm not putting that pressure on him. You know what I mean? I would never put that pressure on him.
fiance. Her name is Dominique Britt. In the days before Nathan's murder, Cody was arrested for a domestic violence incident on Britt. And while he was in jail for that, she went to a gathering with Nathan, and that is where she said that he sexually assaulted her, according to authorities. Now, that was never proven, but she said Cody got word of that and he was angry.
Prior to this happening, did Cody ever express any sort of ill will against Nathan Anderson?
No, I think it just, whatever happened to me, if it happened, if it didn't, you know, the way that Nate was wording it, it seemed like something happened to me, and I think Cody just, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. He didn't tell me that he was going to do anything. If he did anything, I don't know. I'm like, my whole mind is like trying to like figure things out and like put pieces together. But
that's funny as hell, Ware Smith. That's funny as hell because I didn't know about ranch dressing until middle school. I went to middle school and motherfuckers was putting ranch dressing on pizza and shit. I was like, what the fuck? We didn't eat ranch at my house. We only had Italian dressing.
That's not the Cody I know.
Oh yeah, he the sweetest kid in the world, y'all. Like, he's the happiest little boy, dude. He cracks me up. He gonna be a rapper. He likes rap music and he likes to rap. So I told him he want to be a rapper, and I support him 100%. He's 10 years old now, but some things he's smart like a 10-year-old kid, like real clever. But then other times, like other things, he's still like a small kid. Like, you know what I mean? He really enjoys like kids. He doesn't really walk. He can't walk yet. He hasn't really figured out how to. He's strong, but he doesn't got good balance and stuff like that. He uses a walker, but man, he's the most confident little kid you'll ever meet, dude. I love him with my whole heart and soul.
Yeah, and it can be hard too, because you know, the only thing that I know from doing this job is that people will surprise you. You know what I mean? Did you have any indication that Cody wanted to do anything bad to Nate, or that he was going to do anything crazy or anything?
I know he was talking about wanting to beat him up.
What did he say about that?
I've heard of Blind Fury. That man be spitting. That man can rap his ass off. Yes. I've showed him to his grandparents.
Because Nate was telling him like, oh, we can meet up and we can fight, blah blah. And I told Cody, like, dude, it's not worth it, because if for some reason you guys get caught and you hurt him or whatever the case is by beating him up, like, dude, like, what am I gonna do?
As you watch this interrogation video, you can see some of the similarities between how Dominique and Cody are trying to play this, playing it off like...
Yeah, he's not like paralyzed or anything. He can move all his limbs and stuff. He'll definitely learn to walk one day, but that's what I said. We all just have our own timeline. I think he'll actually get it down like either this year or next year. Like over the last few years, he's made a ton of progress. So he then took his first steps without his walker and stuff, but it's not something he could do on a regular. It's like it really takes a lot out of him. But he'll get there.
They had nothing to do with what happened to the victim in this story, Nathan Anderson. But here come the...
Meet my dad.
And you're saying that didn't happen, that he actually came to the apartment?
He came into the apartment because I said, nope, I'm not doing nothing like that.
Okay. When he was on the phone and you were talking to him, what was he telling you?
I called him and I said, I'm not going to bring you anything. If you want to come, you can come in and get it. I said, but if anybody sees you on the property, they're going to call the cops for trespassing. Oh, well, then I'll come get it myself, blah, 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 and then hung up on me.
Okay. So he told you he's going to come get the gun?
Okay. Come get the backpack, his clothes, the gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more of a confidence thing than anything, Johnny, to be honest with you. I think I've learned just from watching his development that most of us learn to walk from watching people walk. You know what I mean? So it's like a monkey see, monkey do. So as a young kid, you have that motivation to try it.
You asked if he was going to go to Chrissy's, right? To Mom's. You guys are kind of arguing during these messages too, where it's like, he's like, nope, we're done. You're like, no, we're going to work it out, that kind of stuff. And he says, I'm not going to go to Mom's. I'm coming over there to get one of my toys, then I'm leaving. And then when I get done, I'll go to Mom. Is that Chrissy's?
And that's He was gone. He came and got the stuff. He left. Sorry. And then he literally came back, and we went to McDonald's. We went to my mom's. Like, when I'm telling you, he acted completely normal. Like, nothing happened. That's why I just thought nothing happened.
Do you know if he met up with Nate?
I don't know.
She trying to lie. She trying to act like she not involved. She about to snitch on her boyfriend.
I
need you to be real honest.
He said that he was going to meet up with him and that he was waiting for him to show up, and that was it. So, and I just...
Did he ever tell you that he was with him or anything like that?
I think so. That he was with him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need the full story.
I know.
You need to stop hiding things related to this investigation, because this is a murder. A man is dead, right? And if that guy did something to you, that's fucked up and that's not okay. But it's also not okay that someone shot and killed him. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that person is Cody. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna I can read more.
No, I know he met up with him.
But you need to tell us the full story of that day and what happened immediately after, okay? Because we're kind of done beating around the bush now.
I know he met up with him. I know that. And he met up with him on Monday. Monday, Nate died. So.
And you're in a really hard position, and I understand that, and I can actually sympathize with that, okay? But you are not, it's not going to be beneficial to you to withhold more information.
He had to have killed him. I mean, my gun's gone.
No more he had to have, no more whatever. You need to tell us all the details you know about this crime, okay? Because what these messages look like is that he asked you for a gun, you were arguing about Nate, you gave him a gun, and then...
Bro, if your girlfriend ever tells you she got SA'd, make her go get a kit. Like, go to the hospital, get the police involved, because she could be lying, and you could just be killing the dude for no reason. And now you in jail, and she gonna be like, I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know he would do this. And now you in jail. But I don't even know if dude did that to her.
And you texted him to ask status updates about what happened. Are you there yet? Yeah, he's in my car.
I didn't give him the gun. I didn't. He came and got it. And I didn't know he did it. I know he did it.
What did he tell you after the fact?
That he shot him and left.
Damn, somebody threw melted chocolate on the CO's Twitch? That's crazy.
What did he do with the gun?
I don't know. I really don't know.
What up, Chris25?
I haven't seen it since then.
Dominique's fib about not knowing what happened completely unravels. Meanwhile...
Okay. Under what grounds?
Based on evidence we've collected in our investigation.
Do you have a reason, honest question, do you have a reason why we shouldn't be looking at you for this? Is there someone else we should be looking at?
I mean, I couldn't tell you firsthand if there's somebody else, but me, okay. Why me? I'm a family man. I work hard every day to support my family. Why would I go jeopardize it to kill this guy?
And that's a good question. I mean, is there something you had against him?
No.
Well, you talked about, I'll put it this way.
Okay.
Just talking about myself, okay?
Yeah.
If a buddy of mine went over to my house where my wife was when I was out of town, no matter where I was, jail or not.
You're not gonna go kill the guy.
But if my wife said, hey man, dude was over here, he got me super drunk, I passed out, I don't know what happened, at the very least, I would be pissed.
Okay.
Like,
what? Hold on. Brother, hold on. Your wife was drinking in your house to the point Bro, if my wife was drinking alcohol with a dude and I'm not around, that's not my wife no more, bro. That's not my wife. I wouldn't do that to my wife. I wouldn't be drinking alcohol with some bitches without her not there. So, like, you can't put yourself in situations like that. If you're a wife,
Like I would start at pissed, right? And I'm just saying I can understand that.
But
so
you still wouldn't go kill a guy.
I can't say what I would do.
Yeah,
I can only say that I would be pissed, right? So at least there's a reason
That's not
to
a
think
reason
about you.
to take somebody's life. I put life into this world. Why would I want to take it out?
People have been killed for their shoes.
Cody is trying to go toe-to-toe with detectives to argue away that he had anything to do with this murder.
You had every opportunity in the world to tell 1,000 different people what was going to happen and stop it.
My dad knew, and my dad, I think, tried talking him out of it.
Yeah, your dad's a violent felon.
Yeah.
Why would he stop anything? Why would he give a shit? And clearly he didn't. You should have, right?
Yeah.
So based off of the conversation you had, knowing about it on Friday, knowing...
bro, like, what? This chick looked like Bowser. King Koopa. Fuck out of here. Why would you risk your life, bro, for this?
the specific plan of what's going to happen. Texting him, hey, is he with you? Cool, let me know when it's done. Hey, take care of yourself. Look, man, you're as part of this as anyone else.
Dominique, I'm just going to read you your own messages. Okay. You asked him, are you there yet? He said, yep, I got him in the car. I think I'm going to get it in the car. You said, oh my God.
Miss Piggy's a good one.
He said, it'd be the easiest. And you told him, okay, baby, be safe, then come home and take a walk with us. That's cold.
So either we're looking at one of two things happened. Either you were good to go with it from the beginning, or this was your deal and you wound him up and kept him loose. So which of those two is it?
I guess I was just like, oh, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it type of thing, you know, but I just...
For how long did you want Cody to kill Nate?
I didn't.
Everything about this says that you did.
I didn't. I was just, okay, whatever, do what you want type of thing.
At the very least, based off of everything we know now, you're a co-conspirator in his murder.
Oh, God.
If not the originator of the idea of his murder.
No.
And I get that you're upset right now, but I'm going to be honest with you, from where I'm at, you're not upset for Nate. You're upset because you got caught.
No, I hurt for Nate too. Like, didn't need for this to happen. I should have just called the cops on him.
You could have made that call on Friday. You could have made the call on Saturday.
I know, every
You could have
day.
made a call on most of Monday. All Sunday, most of Monday. Okay? So this idea that you just sort of went with the flow, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't track with the information we have. I hate that something horrible happened to you potentially, and that is probably one of the greatest motives of murder I've ever heard of. But this is the time to say, this is what happened. This is the time to take your own accountability of what happened. And telling us that you are not involved in it's out the window. It is out the window. We need to know specifically whose idea this was.
Cody's. It was all Cody's idea.
Okay? At what point did you have the conversation and that you were like, yep, this needs to happen? Because I know that conversation happened. Because none of this makes any sense unless that conversation happened.
He was not going to let it go, and I just told him, okay, if it needs to happen, then it needs to happen. But you're going to get caught. That's what I told him. There's no way of getting away with...
So that terminology, if it's going to happen, if it needs to happen, it's going to happen, that's your acceptance of it. That's your verbal acceptance of, yes, Nate needs to die. Is there any other way to look at that? How responsible do you think you are that Nate was murdered?
I think whatever happened to me didn't happen. I just think I don't know.
And I understand what you're saying, and I think that, I think you need to really tell us now about what really happened with you and Nate.
I 100% don't remember that night at all.
Then on the other side, detectives point out to Cody that they believe that he took his license plates off his car to cover up his plan to kill Nate and try to get away with it. Here's how he responds.
Right now, I'm sorry, my anxiety's just so high right now, it's ridiculous.
Okay. No, I just do. Being arrested sucks. I get it. I'm not going to argue that.
Being arrested for murder.
Hey, Kim, welcome to the chat.
It's not being
Don, welcome in.
arrested.
Ty, welcome back.
Like, this is probably, 20 years in prison? Second-degree murder? What does it carry?
Well, actually, we're now probably looking at more of a first-degree murder.
How to go from second degree to first degree?
Well,
within 5 minutes.
Because of premeditation.
All of a sudden?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now that's brought to
in my mind. I'm not the judge or DA, but in my mind it is. I mean, well, here's the thing, man.
5 minutes it changed that fast.
I'd be happy to explain it.
Yeah,
if
please,
you like.
go for it.
So it's the whole car plate thing, man. If you never take the plates off your car, which you stated you don't, because why would you read into? Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden one day you did, and that follows fairly recently after finding out that Nathan likely, we'll use the word likely in this case, I think, had sex with your fiance, and you took him off.
That cop's, hey Danielle, welcome in. That cop's trolling hard as fuck because they keep saying that he sexually assaulted her, but the cops found out that they were actually drinking together in the apartment or at their house without the husband there. And he's like, bro, it seems like it's more likely that they had sex than the actual, that they had sex together to try to get him to come out.
Off, you picked him up, and we have video of you picking him up. Picked him up, took him down a particular area in the alley that Nathan likely, we'll use the word likely in this case, I think, had sex with your fiance.
He gonna cry in the car.
And you took him off, you picked him up, and we have video of you picking him up. Picked him up, took him down a particular area in the alleyway there, you shot him, you drove off, you put the plates back in your car. You wouldn't have taken the plates off your car unless you were planning on doing it. Premeditation. That's murder one. Is there any reason why we shouldn't be looking at murder one and should we look at murder two instead?
You guys can look at whatever you want. You guys are the investigators, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we're looking at an option one, which is a crime of passion.
Captain Morgan had ass in for so, Johnny.
Right? You got pissed at the moment and shot and killed him.
Great minds think alike, Twitch.
Option two is you planned it ahead of time, which is much worse. Maybe option three is you meant to shoot him but didn't mean to kill him. I don't know which one of those it is. Those obviously.
Guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. We're at almost 5,200 now, so every sub matters. Please help us out. Let's get back to the show.
Those options sound bad.
No, none of them are good, but there's a hierarchy of bad, worst, right? Which we kind of talked about. And this is kind of your opportunity to tell us which one of those it is, because you're probably not going to get another one. And this is one of those deals where I don't want to tell your story for you if you can tell it for yourself, but that's the option you're giving me. So it's up to you to tell us what happened or not tell us what happened.
I think it's time to be a lawyer now.
Okay.
Because all three of those options are bad.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Both Cody and Dominique were arrested for the murder of Nathan Anderson. Detectives say that Cody was fueled by rage over the belief that Nathan took advantage of his fiancée, but law enforcement say they were never able to prove that actually happened this year.
So yeah, it looks like your girl and old boy was drinking and got the freaking, And then when you came home, she felt guilty and said, I think he SA'd me. He took advantage of me. She put a battery in this man's back and set him up for failure. Chat, Kimberly, thank you for the subscription. Chat, don't ever, 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 ever let anyone put something in your back. Don't let them put a battery in your back. Don't let anyone feed into your anger. Like if you feel angry about something or disappointed in someone, don't let anyone hype you up to do something that's out of your character. I'm not saying this was out of this guy's character, but you know what I mean? It can happen. It can happen to the best of us. Don't let people manipulate you.
Cody took a plea deal on a first-degree manslaughter charge and was sentenced to 27 and a half years in prison. As for Dominique, she also took
Hey guys, we got the 50 likes, man. Shout you guys out. Chat, keep chatting.
Plea deal. She will spend roughly 12 and a half years in prison for pleading guilty to manslaughter.
That's not enough.
That Nathan took advantage 7 and a half years in prison. Degree manslaughter charge and was sentenced to 27 and a half years in prison.
Do you think he got a manslaughter charge because he took a deal or something? It seemed like they had him blank on murder one.
As for Dominique,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Some people get harder charges than other people.
She also took a plea deal. She will spend roughly...
Hey, that's a perfect timing, Johnny. No worries. We're going to wrap up here pretty soon.
12 and a half years in prison for pleading guilty to manslaughter. Initially, both Cody and Dominique were charged with first-degree murder. If they were found guilty on those charges, they would have spent the rest of their lives in prison, likely. That will do it for On the Case, presented by Law and Crime.
Yeah, they must have took a plea deal because they got those murder one charges, but then they both got manslaughter. So they probably didn't go to trial. They took a deal. But yeah, man, that's going to be the show for tonight, man. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Monica for sending in those gifts. Shout out to Sheena for some gifts. There was a few other ones too, but it doesn't track the gifts the same way it does the super chats. Shout out Chris Watt for being today's sponsor. Appreciate you with the super chat. You know, he's a Detroit player, Chris Watts from the 313. But yeah, man, thank you guys. That was a great episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't see the morning stream, make sure you go back and watch the replay if you haven't already. Also, we got shorts, tons of short videos. We got uploads to Ring Doorbell and different arrest camera footage. Definitely check out the channel, man. We do a lot more than the live stream, but the live stream is definitely our favoriteest thing to do because we're going to interact with you, the wonderful chat, who is the star of our show. I'm only the co-host. Peace and love, guys. I love each and every one of you guys. See you tomorrow. Remember, keep post notifications on because Sunday is random. Either be in our Discord. The Discord is the only one that will know when we're going to stream. So if you're not in our Discord, join our Discord so you know. But peace and love, man. I'll see you guys on Discord tonight. And yeah, have a good day.
And the art of punches when you can throw two punches that sound like one. Throw punches, you can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one. They don't understand. Everybody hears this, understand the art of fighting. They know what I'm saying.
That boy Twitch is the closer. Good shit, Twitch. Thank you so much, brother. You know I love you, dog.
He threw two punches that sound like one. Now those days are gone, it's empty, I'm nothing. I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all.